Alton Towers have 10 roller coasters, 3 manufactured by B&M, a few Intamins, Octonauts, and more. Roller coasters are built to provide fun and thrills to riders, however some rides can be a little rough and sometimes painful. Is this the case at Alton Towers? I'm going to be going through every roller coaster at Alton Towers and stating whether I think they're rough and painful or not. So let's go through them in alphabetical orders and start with the 3 B&Ms. B&M are known for creating very smooth roller coasters, and Galactica is no exception to this. Galactica is a very smooth roller coaster and shouldn't hurt you at all. However, some say that Galactica can get a little uncomfortable due to having to lie down during the ride. I don't usually have this issue, however being stuck on the break room waiting for the other train to leave the station can cause a little bit of discomfort. Nemesis, 25 years old and still going strong. Most rides on Nemesis are smooth from start to finish, however sometimes throughout 2020 I feel that it was showing its age a little bit. If you sat on an outer seat, especially on the back, the first corkscrew can have a little jolt which smacks your head into the restraints. Usually this isn't an issue, but because of the rock hard restraints on Nemesis, it can ruin the ride a little bit. I've never had a problem with Oblivion. That 87.5 degree drop can be experienced without any roughness. Octonauts is very rattly and hurts a lot. Jokes aside, it's probably the smoothest ride on park and worth riding for the cred if you must. A coaster that is actually rattly though is Rita, and this is an interesting one. Rita is known for having a rattle all throughout the ride, causing a lot of head or neck bashing against the restraints. And unfortunately, this was the case. However, that wonderful year of 2020 brought us a smooth ride experience on Rita. I didn't manage to ride it very often last year, however the times I did were very enjoyable and a lot smoother than it was in 2019. There may be the odd interim rattle here and there, but Rita was very enjoyable last year. Let's hope the maintenance team do the same thing as they did last year to make it so smooth this year for the 2021 season. The oldest operating roller coaster at Alton Towers is Runaway Mine Train. Despite being the oldest on park, this Mack-powered coaster is very smooth, and I'd be concerned if it wasn't. The Smiler is rather debatable. Some can't stand it, and some have no problem with it at all. I absolutely love the Smiler, and it is one of my favourite roller coasters. Most of the time the Smiler is very smooth and enjoyable for me. The final 3 inversions are definitely the issues if there were to be any. There's been times where the whole ride has felt rattly, and there's been times where the second half has been a bit rough. But this hasn't been too much of an issue for quite a while now. My advice might sound silly, but I find the ride a lot better when I have my hands up as my shoulders help pressed against the restraints, keeping me in place and preventing head bashing. Give that a go and brace yourself for the final inversions, and I'm sure you'll have an enjoyable ride experience on the Smiler. Spinball Whizzer isn't rough or painful. You can get thrown about sometimes, but that's part of the ride and isn't a problem for me. 13 isn't rough or painful. So moving on to Wickerman. There's been a lot of debate throughout 2020 that Wickerman has become unbearably rough. This ride is not completely smooth. There are some rickety areas of the ride that can shake you about a little bit. However, I don't seem to have much of a problem with Wickerman as a lot of enthusiasts. Sometimes it runs a little bit rickety. However, most of the time, I find Wickerman to be a smooth and enjoyable ride experience. So there we go. That's my opinion on how rough and painful the roller coasters are at Alton Towers. Do you agree with my opinions? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to click the thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.